Yo, what's good, everybody? How y'all doing this evening, man? Thank y'all for joining me on another one. You know what this is, sparking conversation, y'all. Y'all know what we spark and conversate. So today's show, which I'm excited about, is because y'all asked for it. Y'all was like, yo, Rod, that last show that you did about friendship, I feel like it's a lot more that could have been talked about. Or I could have went a little longer. Well, I'm listening to y'all out there, yo. I promise, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I appreciate everybody that take time out to look at, check out all the things that we got going on when it comes to Collective Visions, man, and Team Collective TV, you know what I mean, and everything else that we got going on. So, without further ado, I want to let y'all know that tonight's show is going to be just that, the rerun or the part two to friendship, yo. And I got a couple of my boys in the building and we're gonna chop it up, yo. We're gonna definitely get into it. And it's a few things, like I said, yo, it's a lot of things that we want to touch on because right now we're dealing with a lot of things when it comes to friendships, you know what I mean? Because friendships apply to more than just, the platonic scenarios that you deal with, whether it come from people you work with or whatever. But before we get into that, you know what I gotta do, y'all. I gotta shout out the sponsors because without them a lot of things wouldn't be possible, so definitely shout out to the sponsors. So I want to get into my first sponsor tonight, which is new, but I want to make sure that all y'all go out there and check them out. So I know all of y'all been understanding how top major corporations been using artificial intelligence to market and promote all of their products now. You know what I mean? Like there's no one person just sitting there marketing, promoting all their products, doing their blog posts on their social media, or even responding to people when they have questions. So a lot of us that's out here running businesses, especially in the content world, yo, we've been trying to figure out, yo, how can we get our hands on that technology ourselves? Because just imagine how dope it'll be for you to be able to automate your marketing promotion campaign for anything that you're doing. I mean, automate it. So all you have to do is focus on that their campaign. So if you have a new movie coming out, if you got a new television series coming out, if you have a new song coming out, if you have a new book, if you have a course, any of those things that you have coming out, you know that it's so dope to have something already running, already generating and pulling for you, pulling leads and getting all these things for you so you know directly who your consumers are. So that's what I want to let y'all know, that I'm partnered up with the crew Jasper, y'all. Jasper Artificial Intelligence. So the link will be in my YouTube channel on the YouTube description of this video. You know what I'm saying? You go there, you click the link, right? And you get the information. Like I say, anytime I get some fly stuff that I know is going to help benefit everybody that's doing what I'm doing, you already know we're going to make that happen, yo, right? And you already know who else always sponsor the show, so I got to make sure that they understood. And always, y'all know who it is. Y'all know it's that collective wear. Always, I got on my purposely find your purpose joint, as y'all can see, the hoodie and shit like that. Y'all know what it is, man. Collective wear. And if y'all tree, right? You go to Linktree, and then you can find out. All you gotta do is click on the link in there. It'll show you where the merch is, and you can just get contact with all the merch. All right. So y'all know what it is, man. Collective wear all day, every day. All right. And then let's talk about this. All of us that do content creation, you got your own podcast, right? Or you have your own like, yo, if I say this or if I say that, will my joint get shut down? Will my joint get banned? Well, will they take down? And possibly a lot of times that happens where they do take down your content. But nah, not no more. You know why? Because Flixsters, y'all, Flixsters is in the building. Flixsters will allow you to have your own streaming network. That's right, 24-hour streaming network. And they doing an introductory price for all of y'all that jump out there and jump on them. Not only are they giving you an $8 off coupon, you pay one-time fee. Now, a lot of times they charge monthly, but for all the people that's jumping on now, you pay a one-time fee and you got your streaming service. That means you can put up your content the way you want to. You can also integrate all your content from other places like YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, all that stuff. And not only your WordPress, you can have that over there. Your streaming network for your music, you can have that over there. So you can create your own, like when they call playlists. So for Spotify, for all these other things. And then content creators, be smart. If you got your own channel, and then you can create a music playlist that could run 24 hours a day. Create a music playlist and then connect with the artist. So it's always a way. So don't forget, y'all, Flicksters. They're also in the link in the bio and description of this video, yo. Y'all know what we doing, man. I like to tell y'all every time we jump out there, if I get the information, I'm gonna pass it on to the people. Now it's up to y'all whether y'all take it or not. I know a lot of y'all don't take yourself serious. Y'all just do stuff just to do it. But I'm still giving y'all the information because I don't want nobody coming to me later on looking for a handout when we saying to you, hey, here's a way for you to enterprise right now. Like, don't wait for nobody else to give something to you. Why let somebody pay you $100 when you can make 1,000? You know what I mean? So that's how my mentality is. See, it was mental. Start up here. All right, back to them later on in the show because y'all already know how we do. Because Canva Kits is dope too. Canva, like, yo, listen, we'll get into that a little later on because I got to get into the show. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna introduce my guests. You know what I mean? So my guests, like I say, these dudes are dope. All right, I got the males on tonight. So I'm gonna do another show where I'm gonna have just the ladies on. You know what I'm saying, and give their opinion and their point of view. You know what I mean? We're not gonna just shell it out like that. But right now, I wanted to talk to the fellas because a lot of times people always asking about how is it either easier or why is it so difficult for men to actually be friends but help each other out with an opportunity, not just be somebody that you hang with, not just somebody that you go to the clubs and all that corny shit with, yo. But we want to get into the thicker things about friendship today. Now we're gonna talk about different types of friendship, but it's all love. I just want to make sure y'all understand that tonight we're gonna go there, yo. We're gonna talk about it because it's a misconception out there. I bet. So I got my boy HL Boney in the building. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, always, man. Always, yo. And then I got my day one in the building, man. My boy B Co, Brian Grinding in the building. What up, bro?
What's going on with your family? Peace and
Ain't
blessings.
nothing, ain't nothing, man. Y'all boys looking good and y'all crispy. So look, I want y'all to introduce yourselves to the people real quick because it's only right. You know what I'm saying? Let them know what y'all do. And you can go.
You can go first, my man. Salute.
No problem. Brian Grinding, aka Vico. Been rocking with my man Rod in the entertainment industry for a while. Television production, music production, all around entrepreneur. Out here doing my thing and minding my business, man, as I usually say.
Word.
So definitely check me out, man. Roku, connected television, and streaming, public access, regional around the country, few television shows, man. So just you see the name, Google me.
No doubt, no
There it
doubt. I
is. There it
will.
is. All
Uh,
right. What up, HL? Tell them who you are,
yo,
bro.
what's up? I'm your boy HL Boney, stand-up comedian, radio host of Gridlocked on Glenwood on Oak 93.5 FM, WRLYLP Raleigh. Man, just out here grinding, just finding my own path and pursuing a passion for the first time in my life, man. It's the best thing ever.
Word, word, word. I like to hear that, yo. I bet. So now that y'all, we introduce y'all to the people, we're gonna get into it, yo. So tonight's show, the topic's about friendship. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
open up with a question. All right. So just either one of y'all could jump in. It don't matter who first, but we're gonna go into this, man. What is your definition of a friend?
Hmm. Man, that is such a complex answer now that I'm older. When I was young, that'd be an easy answer. Oh, just someone I play with. But now, man, a friend to me is it should be the next dude I see. Everybody on the planet should be a friend. I would love for it to be that way, but unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. So, a friend is someone that I can watch grind and hope that they blossom. That's it to me. If you're a friend, That basically just means you're someone that I want the best for.
I definitely agree with you on that. You know, as a when I was a kid, you know, I would say that a friend is somebody I can count on. But as an adult, you learn that you're really supposed to count on yourself. There's nothing wrong with having somebody to be able to lean on or having that ear. But honestly, it's not anybody's concern or belief that they need to put their needs to the side, to cater to yours.
Absolutely
So,
correct.
just being like he was saying, being a genuine person and wanting the best for everybody, man. Everybody should be friends. I mean, or if we're not friends, at least be cordial.
Exactly.
Facts.
A friend is, I guess, is what you perceive it to be, man. As far as what your needs and wants are, and how you feel about it. But
I mean,
hey,
I agree with both of y'all because to me, like both of y'all made a valid point about what a definition of a friend is. I would jump on that a little bit and just to piggyback off of y'all and be like, listen, you know, a friend is somebody that you're supposed to be able to count on even when you ain't got to count. And what I mean by that is that this person is around for you whether you up or down. You know what I'm saying? Whether you got or don't have, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, a person that will be there to understand who you are as a person. A lot of times people don't get to know the person that they're dealing with. They try to give them their version of what they feel like they are because a lot of times people try to put people in a certain type of box. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
like for example, all right, so HL, you do comedy, right? So
Yeah.
you a stand-up comic, but you dope. You really funny. So a lot of times people probably, I don't know, but you can tell me if this is true or not. Because they know you're a comedian, a lot of times either they take what you say seriously or they don't know when to take what you're saying seriously
Yeah.
because they think that you joking. And it's like, nah, it's just that because I do comedy, I may have a way where I could say it to you straight up versus it coming out in a way where it may seem like I'm trying to be funny or making it funny, but I'm actually being honest with you.
Yeah, it's funny, but it ain't funny.
Yeah. I, I,
I
I mean,
got you. I got you.
that's probably one of my biggest weaknesses in all my friendships is people don't know when to take me seriously. Because I'm a comic, they think everything's lighthearted, everything's cool. And I'm like, yo, chill out. They're like, oh yeah, you being nah, nigga, I'm serious, yo, shut the fuck up. But like, they want to think it's a joke all the time. So yeah, that's pretty much accurate. I will say that.
Right. And that the reason why I'm saying it in that aspect is because a lot of times people lose friends because you've been honest with them.
Uh-huh.
Not because you necessarily did something to them, but you told them something that they felt like you were supposed to just agree with and you
Hmm.
didn't.
Yeah.
And though, isn't that being a real friend?
Yeah, but I'm
Telling
gonna
you what
tell
you
you.
need to hear versus what you want to hear.
Yeah, but at the
I
same
would I
time,
would
being
yeah.
a real friend, people don't want a real friend in 2022 no more, man. Not for the most
Good
part.
point. Good point.
Everybody just want validation, validation, validation,
Gotcha.
validation. So
Hey,
long as
Gotcha.
validation is a hell
so
of a drug.
if you follow someone and validate them all the time, you will always be their best friend. All you gotta do is validate their every move. That's it, and y'all can be friends for life if you're willing to do that. But the second you don't validate that move, it's a wrap. Used to be homies. I knew that nigga back in the day.
And that's how and a lot of times that's all it takes is for you a person could be so cool with you. And the first time is something that's like, a little bit of friction or a little bit of turmoil, you could really tell they real personality. Like people don't always stick around. You know what I'm saying? When the going get thick, a lot of people like to be on that ride up, or when they feel like what I'm saying you could do something for them. But when it comes down to a fact, when you got to tell them no, then that's when you find out who your real friends are.
Yeah.
Because we got family, like we all got family, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we grew up as our family as our friends first.
Mm-hmm.
So what you was gonna say, B?
I got a question. What's a ride up? And what I mean as far as attracting these people,
What's
friends,
what's
associates.
Right.
What's a ride up? I mean, elaborate on that a little bit so people can understand. Because I know what you're saying, but I want you to elaborate on that ride up as far as your perspective of that situation.
Well, this
You
is
know what I
my
mean?
thing. A ride up is when when people see this person, they know this person got potential. They know this person could pretty much blow. But what they do is they hang on just enough to kind of try to find a way to feel entitled to something versus them understanding that, you know what I mean, you don't promote my stuff unless you're in it. Like, for example, if you got a person who won't share your content unless they're actually there with you, they'll share that they was in a picture with you at the event or in something, but when it doesn't require them being actually seen, they don't have the same energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when that ride up is those people that hang on, like they know, they could see, they stay. 9 times out of 10, a lot of times people from the outside can see our potential when we don't see it.
True.
They know. They be like, "Yo, he going somewhere. I don't know where he going somewhere." But if they not genuine, they always fall off.
Mm-hmm. Because everybody
Always
think it's
true.
gonna be a fly by night, snap your fingers, you're famous and rich, and it's not like that.
No,
Like people put
Nothing
in
like that.
10, 20, 30 years to finally get some light. And Cat said it's only in it for that quick jump. They fall off in that first 15, 20 minutes.
every time,
Every
every
time.
time.
Never
And and
fails. I
and, and the
agree.
worst part about it is, you got different intentions for these people. You know what I mean? Because you as the creative, you're going through this whole scenario like, you know what, man? You know what I mean? I'm believing in myself. Now I got other people that believe in me too. At least that's around. But the moment where they feel like it's not about them, it's a dub. It's a dub. But you thought y'all was friends.
And that's why I'm a big proponent, and just like how Homeboy said, not to need anybody. Because if you creating your own thing, you ain't got to worry about nobody's ego, because your own thing is gonna fly as long as you're there. As
I
long as
guess
you're
what
there
I
to pilot it, you know what I'm saying, your thing gonna take off. That's why it's always best to have your own, your own stuff to deal with, because jumping on other people's stuff, yeah, it's fun and I love the collaboration. But at the end of the day, you still have a home to go to. You still have your own
fact,
pocket to sit in.
facts, your own path to walk,
Yeah,
and
that's what I love about
just
comedy.
and that's basically what I was saying. It wasn't like I was saying that the world is a dark place, but when
It
you really
is
look
though.
at life and you look at your path and you look at where you want to be and your wants, your beliefs, and your needs to make you feel comfortable so you can sleep at night. These are your responsibilities. And
Right.
you would like to it would in a perfect world, that's how things are. Because really it is your responsibility for you to have that path. Now, companionship is a wonderful thing. Don't get me wrong. And having somebody that you can always count on is really beneficial. It's awesome. But if you can't find that person, you can't let that be a crutch in your life. At the
Right.
end
Right.
of the
Right.
day, we're still animals in the animal kingdom. We want to put ourselves above the fact, but we're not. We're animals in the animal kingdom.
Yep.
Companionship is awesome and it helps. It makes life that much better. But if you
Good.
can't find a true companion, you should be happy with the people that you do cross paths with, because those are different learning experiences. And I think we get caught up, like my man said. If we keep validating everything a person is doing, even if we don't agree with it, and we never speak on it, all we doing is enabling the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And the bullshit just keep going.
Oh
Thank
man.
you. But if I'm your friend, I'm not gonna watch you do that.
Being that you said that, that segues into my next question then. So what do you think is a friend's responsibility? Like
Uh,
technically, because when you said that thing, you was like, yo, what is it if you do have a friend? Because think about it, a friend could be a companion, like you said, whether it's in a personal relationship or people you work with, people you have similar goals or paths with, all these different things that people put people in a friendship box some type of way. You know what I mean? Got to have something in common to make this person your friend. You know what I mean? But so tell me, like, what you feel like is a friend's responsibility, like from your point of view, because I think we could be specific. The reason why I think that we could be specific is because it's people who gonna watch this that do entertainment. It's people that's
that's
gonna
fine.
watch this that don't. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we could be specific. Like for you, like what do you think a friend's responsibility is? Because my thing is that I know if I want a person to be my friend, I gotta be a friend.
True.
First and foremost. So I'm gonna hold people to a standard that I'm gonna hold myself. So once you don't meet the standard that I hold you at, then I know you're not my friend.
Yeah.
Simple.
And I think that's the thing right there, is the standard itself. What I'm gonna make my talking point. When you look at your own life, like I was saying, you know how you want your life to go. So if you genuinely care about somebody, you're going to want their life to go like yours or better. That's, because if we hanging out, we peoples. None of that matters. What matters is our quality of life.
That's right.
So if I'm going to say something to you as a friend, me personally, if I'm saying something, I'm looking at it from the outside, I'm going to put it in that manner. Hey, look, I know this might not be none of my business, but X, Y, and Z. Because if I feel like you making a bad move as a friend, I'm going to voice my opinion, but I'm not going to, step to the side and be like, hey, well, that'll be on him, man, And I think a lot of times that's what we as a people do. And even though it's not our business, we should say things. And a lot of times it's not going to be what the person want to hear. A lot of times it might be what the person want to hear, but make sure you explain your case. And if they listen to you, great. But if they don't, great. You shared your opinion. And that's all to me as a friend, that's all I could do. If I've been through this situation, I'm going to say so. If I haven't been through that situation, I'm going to say so. Because if you see something that's going on with me, I would hope like hell that you would say something. Hey, B, hey man, look, I know it ain't none of my business, but X, Y, and Z. Me, I listen to people. I don't take everything literally critically because to me, people are saying something for a reason. I'm not perfect.
If they care about you, right? If they care about you, they're gonna say something. If they feel like you going down a certain path that's not conducive to who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? If they care about you, they're gonna say something. You know what I mean? So I don't get it. I think you're right. Like a lot of times we can start off with, I know this ain't none of my business, but 9 times out of 10, if you're gonna come to me talking about it, you kind of made it my business. And even if you ain't, if you act in a certain way, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, son, this ain't it. I'm supposed to be able to say something to you about it. You know what I mean? And that's male or female. Like it shouldn't even have to be specific to a gender. It's male or female, even if you're in a relationship with a person personally.
But also at the same time, the responsibility of the friend also is how you deliver that message. Because you can deliver something honestly and still make it insensitive or crude.
That's
you feel me? So like even though you're saying the right thing, it's also how you say it. And sometimes we as people can become too familiar with each other and then we can just talk to each other in any kind of way. And that can also so sometimes you can hear the truth and there's a right way to deliver it and a wrong way to deliver it.
No, that's a fact.
If you can deliver the truth the right way, then everything's right. But if you deliver that truth the wrong way, and that's your responsibility as a friend, I would say, outside of everything everybody else has said, the one thing I would add to that is that, make sure that you deliver your truths in a way that's digestible by the person you're trying to deliver it to.
True indeed.
Yep. Because that goes into you actually learning a person that is actually your friend. Because if
I got a question though.
Go ahead.
What if they doing something real stupid? How do you deliver that?
I mean, it's like this, bro. Like, dumb is dumb, man. But at the end of the day, people, you have to leave people with dignity. As my boy, the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to preserve your dignity as much as possible.
I'm gonna try.
But But
But
if
son,
we all know you about to marry the town hoe.
Uh,
You know,
uh,
I'm gonna tell you, you know, like, hey man, don't
I'm
marry this
just
girl.
asking because I've seen things
or
happen, and it's like,
if you
damn.
that serious, if you that serious about marrying Shorty, it's all love. This is what I'm gonna say. I'll be like, yo, I'm with you, fam. You know, whatever you're gonna do, if that's what you're gonna do. I just want you to know that everybody that's at the wedding, 30% of them already know your wife. So if you okay with that, you know, or
Yeah.
find a way, like y'all said, find a way to say it.
And then
Even
Man,
if you
that's a
can't
high
it's
be,
not
percentage too.
it's not
yeah,
even that. It's
that was fucked
Woo,
up. That'd be fucked up way to say it.
30% know your
That's a
wife.
terrible way. Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
high
that'd be terrible.
percentage, dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, wait.
that'd be terrible to say. I
That
know,
gets
but
worse, man. That gets worse.
yeah, but you know, that's something that, you know, I don't know. Like, I guess to answer your question is, man, you know, I don't. Sometimes you just gotta say what it is, man.
You gotta tell the truth, man. It's like this. The thing is, the one thing that I've learned in my little
You know what I
short
mean?
life is you got to you have if you're gonna do two things in the interaction with people. One is to not hurt them. If you can't help someone, don't hurt them.
Yeah,
And
don't hurt them if you can't
you
help
can
them.
hurt somebody by not saying something.
That's true. That's true.
True indeed.
But do you put yourself in a position as a friend, as your version of a friend to them,
That's your
to just
responsibility.
give yourself that option? Because look, if I consider you my friend, then I'm gonna say something. Like I'm not gonna look at it like, yo, I ain't gonna say nothing because fam gonna be wild. No, I'm gonna say it. Because you know what? A lot of people don't do that. You know what people do? Like they wait, they won't say nothing. They'll just stop fucking with you. They won't
Yeah,
tell you
true.
why. They won't say like, "Yo, man, I'm upset because of this, or I'm upset because of that." You be thinking
Well,
that
well,
everything is cool. You know what I
there's
mean?
tears to the amount of bullshit one can tolerate from a motherfucker. So yeah, like there is certain shit that if you do to me, nigga, I'm done. There ain't no conversation. You lucky you still breathing. You know what I mean? Is that plain? The
I
fact
feel
that
you.
I'm
True.
walking away and not saying nothing is me sparing you. Then there's
Wow.
other tears where we have to
That's a
talk
good way to
about
look at it.
this.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
sometimes a quiet exit is the best. So I
Yeah,
figure if you
because
want to come around, you will. If you don't, you won't.
yeah, and if I don't come around, it might be a good thing I'm not coming around. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying? So,
indeed. So
like, yeah, sometimes that's my thing. Like, my thing is now, I refuse to put more energy into bullshit. So
Right.
if I see bullshit coming, I exit stage left. You know what I'm saying? I'm out, y'all take care, whatever. Cause like I don't have to we're grown ass men now. I should have to teach a motherfucker how to be a grown ass man.
You
that is
shouldn't.
You
true.
know what I'm saying? So
That's
me
true.
having
Hey, look, man.
there's friends I'm
He,
gonna have. But my
true
friends are gonna be
indeed.
grown ass men. I ain't dealing with that petty Andy bullshit.
I know that's right. I drink to
I
that.
mean, listen, son. But that's the mentality that a lot of people take into situations. They'll be looking for people to be friends, but they're not technically friends themselves. Because we we have an ability to figure out what makes a person even be considered our friend. Like there's certain levels of things. Like you could get along with people and you could be acquainted with people, but they don't necessarily got to be your friend. They could be people that you met through somebody else, and y'all be cool when y'all wound up in the same places and stuff like that. But you wouldn't
Yeah.
consider them your friend. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And maybe I'm just an introvert, but I ain't never go out looking for friends. I'm like this, and the best friends, the most rewarding friendships I've ever had in my life were always people that were in place and positive points in my life while I was on this grind. Those are always end up being when I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and going for something,
You
I
meet
will
the
meet
right
people
people.
along the way. And those become my friends. I never go and meet friends when I'm out doing stupid bullshit. Never. Not one friend.
No,
Not
But
any
my
good ones
rewarding,
anyway.
my lifelong friends have always been ones I've met in school or at church or, you know what I'm saying, at work or, you know what I'm saying, something like that. In the
right?
comedy game, in the realm, like for example, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
people
yeah.
I meet doing the shit I'm supposed to be doing. Like when I was out in them streets, I ain't had no friends from them days. And they ain't even dead. They just ain't my boys. And you got the one thing about me is the changing of my perception, the way that life hits, because life hits you, and life it hits hard, and you thinking that life is gonna be all these good times and good games, and it ain't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Life is a bitch and the ugly one at that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's that old saying? They say, man makes plan, God laughs.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So
That's the truth.
So, like, what one of my responsibilities in the frame making, we have a good time without all this bullshit. Cause, like, I'm gonna tell you, don't nothing get more irritating than a nigga trying to teach you something all the time, man. Like, shit,
Yeah,
can we watch the game?
Like,
There's a
relax.
balance. There's a balance to everything. Cause there's some people that use friendships to be nothing but productive. And I'm gonna keep it a band. I've been productive 40 hours, then add another 20 hours on top of that, be being productive. Another 10 hours on top of that, be being productive. Nigga, I'm tired of being productive. I want to do some bullshit. Turn the game on and shut the fuck up. Pass
Yeah,
me
I
the
feel you.
blunt. Give me a
Yeah, you
chicken
need
wing.
balance,
Yeah,
man. Balance is
You gotta
necessary.
have balance, yo. You gotta have balance, especially in the environment like you just said, HR, when you constantly are putting in or constantly putting in work. You know what I mean? Especially like I said, as men, like we don't get the opportunity to just sit back and not try to figure out another way. Like, yeah, we might be doing good over here, but we trying to figure out another way, a way to be more free. I know for me personally,
Yeah.
that's my goal. You know,
Hey,
is to be free.
I have a question, and this may not be about friendship, but it's black men. Isn't it like refreshing that we can be happy now? Because I don't know if y'all remember the 90s and the early 2000s, but brothers couldn't be happy. We couldn't be like just. I smiled at my first picture last week, man. You know how good that made me feel?
I feel you, yo.
Hey,
Like,
I
nah,
honestly,
because like we had to always have an attitude. Like,
Yeah.
was
but
it was it not
you know
me?
what though? I
Nah,
never
nah,
had
you
that.
right.
I mean, Ron know me. I've always been a happy dude.
I never could be.
Yeah,
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 fuck
yeah,
these
I couldn't
yeah.
people.
walk around. I couldn't walk around like smiling and shit. Hell to the
You know
no.
what? The
Hey,
environment.
bro. Uh,
It's the
I was
environment.
like, fuck these people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
But
happy, man.
you always been like that. Yeah, you have.
Thank you.
You,
It's
Anybody
crazy.
know me, man. I've
You're
always
well,
been a
crazy. Yeah,
happy
you're
person,
crazy.
man.
I'm glad you've
I got
always
better
had your
things to do
freedom.
than let somebody bring me down, brother.
But
I
I'm
tell
gonna
I'm
be
you,
honest.
man.
But I'm
'Cause
gonna be honest
I'm
with you.
glad you're free.
Your environment will change your perception depending on
yeah,
once you get out of it. Because coming from where I'm coming from too, like you didn't get an opportunity. That's what I'm saying. Like the only time that you could really trust people, they had to be people that were really close to you because everything was so cutthroat. And
Mhm.
another thing, like we saying now, like yeah, you had to look a certain way. Why? Because people expected it, or that's what they were looking for. And y'all know, as men, like let's be completely honest. When it comes to the women never like the nice guys. They
Hell to the
always like
no.
the dudes that either looked like they was mean or mad, or dudes that was doing.
Me, you always had them.
You know what I mean? That's what they like because they didn't want you to look soft or like feel like you wasn't. You know what I mean? Or you just wasn't getting no girls like that. If you
hey,
wasn't playing
what did I
sports,
say? What did I say back in the day? And it still stands true to the day. Women don't like nice men.
They
They like
don't.
dudes who break into cars, get into fights, and
No,
just basically wild out.
I
And
found
I
the
mean,
cheat
this has
code to
been
that.
proven. They like bad boys. Women
I
will go right past a nice dude for a bad boy because the bad boy is exciting.
no, and I found the cheat code to that, brother. What
what
it
is it?
is, all right. So what women really want is to take a bad guy, turn him into a good guy, right? So all you have to do is pretend to jack a car or two, and you straight.
Hey,
Oh,
Like, you
you
know what I'm saying?
right.
it's
All you
called
gotta
build a
do is,
bear.
yeah, just just buy an ounce of weed, keep it in your back room. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta do nothing crazy. And then she's gonna eventually try to calm you down. Baby, we need to go to church and all this other stuff. And you just actually start becoming the dude that you were anyway.
You
Right.
know
So that's
what?
the cheat code. So all the guys
Yeah.
that's watching, if y'all can't, you know what I'm saying, if y'all having a hard time picking up a girl right now, what my man saying is that fake it till you make it, yo. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Act
Now,
like
I got
you
one
know.
for you. Hey, look, if you got kids, make them watch Doc McStuffins.
Doc
Doc
McStuffins.
McStuffins
Doc
likes to help
McStuffins.
sick puppets, and she
Right.
goes out her way to be a doctor with her puppets. They fix these puppets. They take pride in it. And you
Yo,
watch
son,
it.
you wildin', you are wildin', son.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Anybody seen that new Best Man series yet? Is it
Oh,
worth watching?
Nah,
oh,
nah.
I gotta see that. Someone told me Homeboy fighting up there, so I gotta see that just for that.
oh
Yo,
wow.
yeah, I haven't watched none of them. I've been so busy trying to be creative. I think the thing is too, I like to get into stuff when they already come out, so I could kind of like binge watch them or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In a row, when I get a chance, because I don't hardly get a chance to really just sit down and watch. You know what I'm saying? Shit, because I be too busy studying. You know, because look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. It's like the way everything is going with this whole content creation, man. Like we are becoming the new Hollywood. It's passing Hollywood now. Now you got different type of content being consumed in different forms now. Now you got smaller clips being used for marketing. So for example,
Mm-hmm.
we got reels or shorts, whatever they want to call them. Now these things are what people used to pay for when it came to content, when they came to marketing, promotion, and products. 15 and 20-second ads, 15 and 30-second ads. They paying for these on TV. Now we're using these to market and promote our content. Now it's taking up the space of where a major movie studio would be marketing, say like for example Black Adam.
That
Black
movie
Adam was
trash.
they was everywhere, right?
Oh man, that was trash.
But look,
Yeah,
the marketing promotion was everywhere. The marketing promotion was everywhere. It was on every platform. It was in every group. Everywhere you look, you saw the promotion for Black Adam. But this the fly shit. It was up there right next to the person who just showed you how to make turkey wings. Right next to the person in that
Yo, man.
it was right there. Like when back in the day, it'll be on TV and it'll be next to the brand new Ford that's coming out. It'll be next to the brand new, the major corporations. That's the only thing it'll be next to.
Yeah.
Now that same thing was next to something like that with the same amount of views. So kind of put yourself in that perspective for those of us that create content. Yo,
I hear you. There's a content creator named Mr. Beast, right? I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah, I heard of Mr. Beast.
This dude had the same commercial that was playing in the Super Bowl in one of his videos.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
In the Super Bowl.
Wow. And that's because they probably hit him up like, yo, son, we need to put this on your joint because you getting all the views. I bet.
Yeah, he makes so much money just making videos, giving money away. How do you give as much money away as this dude does, and yet you make money?
But that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to help everybody to understand. If you just stay consistent, the number one key to him making that money was that he stayed consistent. Well, and a lot of times people won't stay consistent because it ain't instant. Like when you get to that point like him, you see all the videos that he used to put up, they wasn't always good. He had to work his way into that space. And then once he got there, boom, they even went back and looked at the stuff that wasn't doing so good that bought a check.
Yeah.
Same thing with Country Wayne. Like if you look at Country Wayne, for example, when Country Wayne first started, he was freestyling in the car. He was doing stuff where it was just him in the video. He wasn't even showing the people around him. And to look what he got now, he got whole series running of skits that he's running that just created a whole lifestyle for him. You know what I mean? So, but it took consistency. It wasn't overnight. It was consistency. I kept going.
The movement is motion.
You know what I mean?
Motion is key.
let's do this real quick before, because we done jumped all over it, which is cool. But like the one more thing that I do want to talk about when it comes to friendship is support, because I think that's an important component to understand if a person is your friend or not.
Right.
Nobody can sit up here and tell me, yo, I'm your friend. Just because I don't support you don't mean I'm not your friend. No, you a lie.
Yeah.
You a lie. If you
Yeah.
don't support me, you not my friend, because this is the whole thing. It ain't about whether you like what it is or not, because a lot of times we may not like what the other person is doing. I might be cool with a dude and I don't like the way that he cook, but he might have a food truck.
Well,
I
I mean, it
might not
also
I might
depends
not tell
because, like,
nobody I might not tell nobody to eat the food, but I'm gonna take a picture of it.
I'm just gonna speak as a self-proclaimed broke nigga in the crew because sometimes you ain't got the money to support. You feel like you want to, but you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You can like, you can share and
That's
subscribe, but that's
support
about
though.
it.
But that's support. Like it don't even
But
have
what
to come in the form of money, yo.
some people consider support buying tickets, buying merch. That's their idea of support in many facets. So
Yeah,
like in
that's
that type
true.
of support, yeah, I ain't gonna be able to support you.
But you know,
I ain't got $50 for an extra hoodie right now. You know what I'm saying?
but you know how that go. You know how that go. Like if a person is like for my thing, like I know that people won't pay $10 to come to an event, but they'll pay $200. Like let's say comedy, for example. Cat Williams come to town, they're gonna pay them ticket prices. If
Yo,
he come to town, they gonna pay them ticket prices. You put up a $10, come in right here with my people that's here, and people will have a fit over $10. But those
yo,
same people to put up date night at Cat Williams.
yo, my dude, let me tell you what happened to me, bro. So as you know, I've been doing comedy in the Triangle for like 5 years now, going on
Facts.
5 years.
Facts.
And I had so many shows I'm putting up. You know, I got a show here at this bar, this brewery, you know, this little small venue. No one shows up, right? I'm
Right.
hosting for Eddie Griffin. Not everybody want to be there. Like, oh snap! Now see, I'm like, oh, so now you see me. Like you paid $300 because you had to get, you know, seats, liquor, all that stuff to go see Eddie Griffin. You could have saw me for this for $10 up the street telling the exact same jokes.
And then be like, yo, you killed it. Yo, let me get a picture. You know what I mean? And so that's what I'm saying. But these, if they your friends, that's why I don't believe in that. Like I do believe, like you'll find a way. If you don't have money, like a friend don't necessarily have to have, support, unless that's all you have is a product to sell. If all you have is a product to sell, and your friend can't support you, they might come market and promote your product for you. They
Well, let me
don't. If
ask,
they can't buy it, they could share it on. They could share it. They could share it in groups. They could do something to help you move it through. You know what I'm saying? Come up with an idea. If you go to a flea market, be willing to work the table for a small, little
yeah.
percentage. You know what I'm saying? But there's ways. If you a
So
person friend, you support them. You know what
I
I
have
mean?
a question though. What do y'all think about female friends? Do
As
they
far as
exist?
yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah. If you a man, you better have female friends that you ain't pumping.
Yeah, I'm
You
telling you, bro.
better.
Female
You
friends come
better.
in handy because female friends will give you everything, boy.
Listen.
They'll let you use
You
their car and
better.
all sorts of shit.
But you hip the
Listen,
game too.
if you a
Mhm.
man out here, I advise any man, don't fall for that shit that people be talking. Oh, men and women can't be friends. Yo, fuck all that. Stop lying. Let them stop. Look, they lying to you.
Yo,
Yo,
female
if
friends
you
that man,
want to
female friends
win,
that do more
Them
for
the
you than a
kind of
male
people that
friend
can't
will.
control
come on,
themselves.
man. And if you want to
That's
win in any business that you got or anything that is dealing with um a product or a promotion, if you don't have female friends that you're not romantically involved with, then you're gonna fail from the door. Because the one thing about that, behind every good man is a good woman. That doesn't mean it's because they in a relationship together.
Right.
That's a motherfucking lie. You know what I mean? So if you are a man, I promise you, as a man, you gotta have female friends that you're not romantically involved with. You have to. Like it doesn't. It does you a disservice to just think that you're gonna try to sleep with every woman that comes in your path. Every woman that comes in your
true.
life is not always meant for you to sleep with, yo. A lot of times they're meant to be there because it's a certain portion of y'all journey that's supposed to move simultaneous. not
Mhm.
based on the fact that you're supposed to be sleeping with them. Even
I
if they're
agree
attractive,
100%.
you know what I'm saying? Like even if
What depends on how fat the ass is. I
they're
mean,
attractive, what is attractive? That
that
don't mean nothing. Every look, all
there's an
ass
ass
and titties, man.
ratio
Like
there.
it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Yeah, it's a
I don't
certain.
know.
Yeah, I get where you're coming
There's a
from.
certain
But at the end of
ass
the day,
that if a female friend walk by with a certain ass, I'm gonna think about it. Damn.
that's the point about it.
Yo, like,
The
and
thought
you would
as a,
too, man.
but listen,
I mean,
as a man, you got to think about it. The thought is not going to not cross your mind. Like let's be real. I'm not saying it in the fact of you
Yeah,
not having the
something
thought.
crossing your mind
I'm
and you
saying
acting on it is two
your
totally
ass
different things.
yeah,
You know,
better
yeah,
not
that's
act
true.
on it. That's the point.
yeah,
You see what you see. You know what I mean? But
true.
I'm
yo,
sorry, but if that ass is fat enough, call me Leonardo DiCaprio, nigga, because I'm acting.
you wild. You know what I'm saying? And then and see every time.
I'm joking, bro.
No,
I'm
you
joking, bro. I
already know.
couldn't
You already
resist.
know. I know where you're coming from. You already know. That's why I said
Yeah,
every time, because that's why, dudes be losing. Like
Yeah,
for real. Like when dudes lose when they do that. You know what I'm saying? Because a girl that she'll work the door for have an event.
man.
You gotta
Yeah,
have a girl at the door. She ain't gonna like listen.
more inviting.
You a home girl, she gonna make sure you get that much. She not gonna let nobody play. Look, if you sometimes you got to worry about the girl that you with because she feel like she could take it just because she can't. Or he gonna give it to
yeah.
me anyway. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But you gotta have that. You got to have that, man. Especially me,
Yeah.
because when I do all this stuff on set and all that, man, I have all these extra females around. I can't be on no bullshit.
Yeah, you have a point.
You can't.
And I mean, I totally agree. I totally agree because, like I was saying, man, for me, even in my personal realm, you know what I'm saying, female friends have a lot to offer. You know what I'm saying? Just that emotional support, that bullshit you really want to talk about with no niggas and all that stuff, man. They really
Word.
do come through for you. And I
Word.
tell you, and female friends always let you hold that food stamp card.
Oh boy.
Yo, you wildin'. Hey, look, listen. And that food stamp card is yo, that shit is valuable out here.
Man, nigga.
I'm saying though, man, yeah, you can't discount that, bro.
Man,
No.
that food stand card, man, especially when Harry should have got crab legs on sale, nigga. What?
Man,
See
listen.
that? Yo, you bugging. I don't even know. See, I don't even know nobody that got no EBT cards no more, man. Like, you know what I'm
True.
saying? You don't have
That I can't say I don't know
Well,
anybody.
it's hard. Like,
congratulations to success, my dude.
is that what it is, yo?
Yeah,
That
you
ain't
know,
success, that's free money.
that's success right there.
That's
nigga.
free
You know,
money.
Nah,
I ain't
you
paying
done
the free money.
elevated. You done elevated. I mean, I'm still down here in the trenches.
I would value the friendship of a EBT card right now, yo. Yo, $50 for $100 in food and EBT. Oh,
Yeah, man. But
Man,
see, Raw out there, he with them fancy chicks. They make their Kool-Aid with bottled water and stuff. You know, I'm down here in the gutter.
Look,
We still got synthetic wigs out here.
Everybody deserves bottled water, yo.
Yeah, but y'all making
There you go.
Kool-Aid with it. We out here drinking Hawaiian punch out here in the gutter.
Everybody deserves bottled water. But look, check this out. I got another question for y'all, man. I got another question for y'all, man. And this one right here is kind of like it's crazy because I think that it's important. So, as men, do you think that relationships that you have with other people, I'm talking about other men, right?
Mhm.
Do you think that it's important to have a relationship with men that can that offer a benefit, or just certain dudes that you could just hang around? And what I mean by hang around is like play the game with or just whatever. But which friendship do you guys value the most?
I value someone that's like-minded. So, like for me, my ride or die right now is my homeboy Teron. He a comedian as well. So
Right.
we going to open mics together. We going to comedy shows together. We doing shows together. So we're fellowshipping, but we're also grinding at the same time. I have another homeboy.
Right.
His name George. We play 2K. That's all we do. We don't do shit but play 2K together. right? But in playing 2K, you do a lot. You talk, you know what I'm saying, you vent, you
Chopping it
network,
up.
you all you know what I'm saying, you chop it up. So I can't say I value one over the other because they're both very important aspects in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things, there's certain roles we're gonna play in your life. Certain roles we're gonna be, like a familial type role, family. Some roles we're gonna be more of a like a work type role. You know what I'm saying? Like me and T, we work. When we around each other, we grinding. But we
Right.
still have that friendship. When me and G around each other, man, we playing. And it's just that.
Well, see, the reason why I'm asking that question is because it's not the same for women. Now, when I'm gonna do the show next week, and I'm gonna have women on, right?
Yeah.
Because women don't have that ability when it comes to the people that they hang around. Like when it comes to them having friends, it's not the same for them, and then they don't understand how we are able to do that. And I think this is gonna help a lot of people when it says, like, listen, we understand friends because we have a place that these friends are, and we okay with keeping them in that space. We don't expect you, like you said, you don't expect your homeboy that's on that play 2K with you to come run around with you doing open mics with you. He may come to open mic to support, but not
Yeah.
jump on there and tell the jokes because that's not the version of the friend that he is, right?
Exactly.
But women don't do that. And it's weird that they can't find that dynamic. And I understand why. But
They
we're
don't know how
gonna
to
talk. I'm gonna talk to
compartmentalize.
them. When I talk to them, it's gonna be different because they got. I want to. That's why I want to get the women on separately than us tonight. That's why I had just the fellas on tonight, and I'm gonna do the women next week because you know their version of friendship is totally different than ours. Their version of how they compartmentalize, like you said, friends, is totally different than ours. And they don't necessarily. It's like this: either girls have friends or they don't have none.
Yeah,
Well,
I
it's
think
because it's like this.
Like
I
they
tell you
don't really have no homegirls like that.
the funniest
You know
thing
what I
that
mean?
that gets me about women is women always get on brothers about dogging out chicks, talking about like why you always talking bad about women and all this other stuff. Yet it is so rare to find a woman with legitimate female friends.
Wow. I
So
mean,
like
that
that's
they
why we're
don't
What
talk
talking.
about.
That's why we talking junk. The same reason you ain't got no friends, the same reason we talking junk about women.
you know
And
what
it's
I
that
think it
The
simple.
is?
reason why you don't got no. Yeah, right.
I think that men we're more objective, and women are really emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And when men we get together, we're logical creatures. We wanna hang out. We tired of working. We're trying to have a couple good drinks and have some good conversation. Laugh a little bit with the fellas, and going back to our regular scheduled program of life. Women are looking for an emotional, caterer, emotional. I don't even know what to call it, man. It's crazy.
Well,
I
some type
see
of
how women
connection or
get
whatever when
together
they
and
had their friends.
Women
yeah,
like to get
it's a whole connection thing where men are more so like, well, let's hang out. Hey, man, who's bringing the beer?
yeah.
And you can get a couple brothers together. We can have a conversation real quick. Well, I got drinks. Bam, you got three friends. See what I
Yeah.
mean? Well, most of women are like
Yeah,
they got this
I believe
security
that,
code to
man. I
crack.
believe that. I believe that. That's why I said, sometimes each one teach one. I believe in that. You know what I'm saying? And secondly, I believe that it's important that people understand it is a dynamic between the two. That's why the balance between men and women are important. That's why earlier, like when you said, HL, yo, can men and women be friends? Yeah, definitely. Most women, you know what I mean, can be great friends if a man is involved,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's the balance of the masculine and feminine energy. It's just that sometimes women having to be using masculine energy as much as they've had to have been, and then they get around other females and competition or who has more, who does more, who knows more. They get into a level of competition that's not important. You know what I mean? Because it's too much masculine energy, even though you would expect it not to be that way because these are all women. But look, women being forced to be out here and act like dudes, like they, even though
Especially black women.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
man, it's good.
black
That
women had to be
especially
men.
these women friends, man. I mean, especially in business, because honestly, women are better hustlers.
Yeah.
I'll say it. By
Hey,
far.
I'm like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. The last person I want to be in competition with is a female single mother. Cause guess what? She gonna get hers. I
Yeah,
ain't never
I
seen,
mean, but
man.
it shouldn't be a competition, you know.
Yeah,
It's
but
you know.
you hate to be going for a job and you see a single. Oh shit, this bitch got a pacifier in the purse. I ain't gonna get this job.
You
I know that much.
Well, I mean, and in that aspect, you know what I mean. It's about what's for you is for you. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
And
No, I'm
but
just
I
saying,
feel
but
where
they
you
work.
coming
They're
from.
hard workers, man. Like you can't.
Yeah,
Like them black single mothers, they on they grind, man. They out of all demographics, right? You know what I'm saying? Single men, married women, all that. Black single mothers have made the most progress in the last 20 years exponentially than any other demographic as far as their height. Like you
right.
got black single mothers out here running, being CEOs, CFOs, CTOs, all sorts of O's and C's. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
then in that same category, black single fathers aren't. I'll tell you this: black single fathers make up more business owners. They do make up more business owners, but black single mothers make up more high-end executive positions.
Well, and a lot of that is by design. That's going to be another show too, because we got to
Yeah,
realize too. You know what I mean? In order to keep the man out the house, they have to be able to elevate the woman to the status of where she would necessarily feel like she need her man for.
Yeah, she
So
was she
we
don't need.
gotta realize that that's not always. I mean, it's a good thing that happens in that in that perspective based for the child, but it doesn't necessarily really help the dynamic of the family when you know what I mean. The opportunity is given just to make sure that that man is not in the house. Because a lot of the ways that she was able to get to those places was due to different programs and things that were set up. So she was
yeah,
able to get to that place but the man make sure, long as he not in the house, we're gonna give you this. So you can
yeah.
elevate to this. This is why like you said, most black men have become or single fathers have become business owners because it's about because they don't want him even in the picture. You get what I'm saying?
Oh
And
yeah,
at the end of the day, the conspiracy that people call it is keep reigning true. Every time we
it
turn
is.
around, we can see it. Like
Yes,
we can
it's
see
not a
it even though
If
conspiracy.
people
you
turn the blind
if
eye.
you have not noticed that the government is trying to make the black man obsolete in the black woman's life, then I don't know what you're paying attention to.
You're
They've been
right.
doing that for years, but it's becoming so blatant now and now they're even trying to push for, like, if you notice in TV, you see black women with white men a lot more
A
in
lot more,
movies
yeah.
and TV
Yeah.
shows and stuff because that, like, the one thing, once they get stripped the black man and the black woman apart, the black man has nobody, and then
It's
we're
a fact.
really out there.
And that's another reason why it's so tough. That's why I said earlier about how you when you made that question, which I feel like is a good question, because I probably wouldn't have asked it tonight, but about the relationship between men and women. This is why it's so important that for us as black men to
To
have,
be,
to have women in our corner that we are not necessarily, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, a lot of them do get hurt by black men.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
And I'm gonna tell you like this: when I was younger, you when we referred to a black man, it was always another brother. And when we
yeah,
referred to a black
yeah,
woman, it was a sister.
it was a sister.
And,
Yeah,
and, and the thing is, you don't try to smash your sisters. That's disgusting.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we have to look at with our black queens, because this is the thing, and this is something that was really, really heartbreaking, and it's something that we have to look at ourselves in.
right.
I would say this about 80% of the women that I've dated. I can't talk about all women, but 80% of the women that I've dated, so 75 to 80%, were victimized by a man sexually. Somehow, either as little girls or as grown ass women. But about 80% of the women I've dated had some sort of trauma in that way. You see what
Wow.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a big statistic.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Crazy.
really bad.
So that number one, So now you have all these women that knew from an early age that dudes ain't ish. You feel me?
Yeah. And the sad part about it is that, those people that did it to him a lot of times was the ones that was closest to them. So then
Yeah.
now
So
you got people who you meeting. It's harder for you to trust new people whenever the person that you felt like was supposed to have you and have your
have your
back
back.
don't treat you, in the right regard. But that's the thing about this life that we living in. That's the reason why we're sent certain people. I believe certain people are sent to your life for a reason. The reason is what you got to figure out. A lot of times we don't pay attention to the people that's sent to our lives. We think that people are just there just to be there, and it's not. A lot of times it's meant to learn us a lesson, like you said earlier. I can't necessarily say that a girl who's been sexually abused by a man was supposed to happen to her.
Nah.
That would be insensitive to
Nah, that
say
ain't
because
nothing
who
supposed
would
to happen to
expect that?
nobody.
That's not supposed to happen to her.
Yeah,
But
it's
when
not
it
supposed to
does
happen
happen
to
to
nobody.
her, right?
Right.
The sad thing about it is that it's happening to little boys too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The
even
point the
worse.
point is that a little boy gonna hold it probably to the point where all the way to his deathbed, depending on how that makes his, you know what I mean, about whether he has an identity thing that he battles with after being done that way. Because it happens just as much as it does happen to a little girl, it happens to a little boy. We we just got to get back into the place where we have a place where kids can be protected again, or even women can be protected because sex trafficking happening to women, not to men. Men
Yeah.
are fucking around getting
True.
caught out there and getting a kidney taken, but that's because they were somewhere getting drunk, putting themselves in a position. But women are being sex trafficked.
Or try to get some ass.
You know what I
You
mean?
better stop meeting
So
them
I
chicks
feel
on
like,
P&F.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to find a way to be able to protect more women. If a woman wants to
I
step
ain't trying.
outside of that protection, that's on her. You know what I mean? Like, we can't stop a person from their choice. But I think it got to come into a play where we could, find a way where we could find more ways to have them protected, not just because we have some type of connection with them personally, but because women should be in an advantage to be protected out here and children.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I've
I
always been
agree.
a strong proponent that we need to do more as far as protecting our children and our women, especially in our community.
Exactly.
Um, and we have to do
Yeah.
a better job of holding each other accountable.
Yeah, that's a
That and
fact.
being
Like
more
like that.
vigilant about it too, you know.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
at the
Because
end of the day.
cause at the end of the day, like this, the funny thing is, motherfuckers hate, despise Candace Owens, but she don't be lying. They hate her. She don't be saying it nice. But like to me, I call her. She's like a female black Kevin Samuels to me. Like she's saying,
Yeah,
like
yeah. I,
she be spitting fact. They be harsh facts to hear. Damn it, they don't hurt to hear, but they be facts.
yeah, she. I think like a lot of people, um, it's hard for people to accept their facts from personal opinion because people like Kevin and people like Candace, they insert their personal opinion in, and then that's where everybody turns left, which is not wrong.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's just that
everybody
that's
got
her
an
spit some
opinion,
facts,
man.
and then
You
she'll
know,
say,
it's
and,
yeah,
and then she'll come out and say some stupid shit like that's why black men don't need to be in a. It's like, well, hold on, ma. Like, wait a minute. Like, we was just agreeing with you, but you can't say what we don't need.
yeah,
If you're saying that we have a situation that's put us in this position, like you can't deny the position that we've been put in. Okay, no one wants us to complain about it. I get it. Nobody wants the black man to complain about slavery. Nobody wants the black man to complain about the way that society has set up to keep him exiled. Nobody wants us to complain about it. I get it. They want us to be like, get over it. You know that, but you're a man. You're supposed to find a way. I get that. But then at the end of the day, when we still have to deal with these same factors, regardless if we want to get over it or not, it's still there. It doesn't go
yeah.
nowhere.
But at the
You
end
know
of the
what I
day,
mean?
it's like this, and this is how I look at it, right? If we stuck and we try to dig our way out of a ditch, right? don't complain the whole time about us being stuck in this ditch and while we're stuck in this ditch. Let's just get the fuck out of this ditch. And I think sometimes what happens is like we're trying to get out of the mud, and all everybody want to do is complain about, oh, we got stuck in this mud because this ship came and brought us over here and disenfranchised us and held us back for 400 years. So now we stuck in this mud, and I'm like, yeah, I know we stuck in this mud. If you're black and you don't know why you're stuck in this mud by now, then kill yourself. What we need to do is put our focus on getting the fuck out this mud.
I agree with that. And you know, like he was saying though, you know, a lot of times people want to cry and whine about stuff, but at the end of the day, yeah, your feelings matter. But you know what matter better than your feelings? Fixing the damn problem. That's what matter. Fixing the damn problem. So that way you ain't got nothing to complain about. Well, look at that there. We fixed the problem. Now we ain't got nothing better to talk about.
And that's why we got to be in that space, like you said, to be able to fix it.
And I'm gonna tell you like this: if you complaining about slavery, if you complain about reparations, if you complain about any of these hot button topics in the black community, and you're driving a Mercedes, you're part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? If you're buying Gucci, if you're buying Fendi, if you're buying all these high-end designers, yet you're talking about problems in the black neighborhood, then you're part of the problem.
That's a fact.
Because the thing is, what we need, like for example, why did Jordan have to stop at sneakers? Why couldn't Jordan be that car that is universally accepted by black people? Jordan could have made a car by now.
Mm-hmm.
He could have made all it would have took was one plant to build a car, and every nigga in America would be driving Jordan cars right now, flying in Jordan planes. Like entrepreneurship, the billionaires that made their billions first are supposed to keep making billions.
That's true, but they stopped.
Yeah, like Jordan should have never stopped this thing. Jordan should have had a car. He should have started maybe a bicycle, a motorcycle, some sort of automobile. That's what Jordan should be at by now.
Yeah, but you know what? It's so crazy because he had car dealerships, but not his own car.
If Jordan would have had a car, Neymar brothers would have been driving Jordans.
Nah, facts.
Well, that always makes you wonder, you know. Like I tell people, you talk about money, and you wonder, you know, where the money comes from a lot of times. So a lot of times we say, you know, a person should have done this, they should have done that, but it really want their money to begin with. So, you know, you start looking at endorsements and all these other subsidiaries, you know, you really got to, you know, people can't really just say, hey, I want to do X, Y, and Z, because you got to ask your investors. So, you know, these kind of people like Jordan, he got a ton of investors. And I'm pretty sure if he would have tried to start that car, even though it would have made better sense, them people looking at him like, nah, we don't want you to have no car. We want you to sell these cars. So, you know.
That's why we don't need, that's why I said it's important for us to do what we're doing now. Like streaming services like Flickster or artificial intelligence that we could use the same way that they're using. Like these are the reasons why I'm saying like these things are important, because if we own our own shit, we could do like HL said. Like for example, we become a Tyler Perry status. Tyler Perry has set the bar on what we all can become if we just stay consistent. So long as you stay consistent and you put up quality, you're gonna get where you're supposed to be. He's a living example of that. So anytime anybody is out here who's not being consistent, that's why you're not where you're supposed to be. Not because you're not good enough. You know what I mean? So if we can aspire to at least that, then we can own that particular scenario. Like HL said, like, yo, if I become a billionaire and I got the certain, you know, sports figures and athletes, they got a different lane than, you know, entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So people would want a Jordan car. They wouldn't want to ride one car. But the one thing I would say is that if we had the ability to create my company, HL company, your company B, and other man company, we came together and made up a name for a car and created a car. Now we got all these companies with all these avenues used to be able to market and promote this car. Then that's how we can move forward. We wouldn't be able to do it with one name like Jordan. like
What we
Kobe.
need, I'll tell you, the first thing we need is a centralized banking system that black people can own, that black people own. Like you have Wachovia, Wells Fargo, Truist, and all that. We need a raw one bank in every city.
And
we
like
definitely gotta
get
independent
into, we
owned
definitely
too.
got to get into the bank.
Yeah,
definitely gotta get into that.
Independently owned without nobody, having
and I'm
an
just,
answer to.
we need Brian grinding grocery stores in every city. That's how we build Black Wall. Because the thing is, I tell you like this: in 1 week in 2020, the black community spent $35 million in 1 week on chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, I remember the Popeye joint,
On
right?
chicken sandwiches. Imagine that was a black-owned business selling those chicken
Hey,
sandwiches.
and they waited in line for hours
for a chicken sandwich.
For a damn sandwich.
Imagine if we own the Popeye
That's
franchise,
the
even if
buying
we own the
power that we
franchise.
have. But that's the
Yeah.
buying power we have. When we take that buying power and put it into ourselves,
It's
wouldn't be no
dub,
need to
yo.
complain.
And you know what's so dope? This is what I mean by the difference between men. So we all friends on here. So that's why even though the topic is about friendship, we still got into a conversation about business. Because see, that's what we do. You know what I mean? That's the difference between when we say the friendship between men, when men are friends and women are friends, versus it all tying in together. That's why next week's show is probably going to be crazy because the women are probably going to have a totally different
it's
outlook
gonna be
on
a
how
bunch of
friendship
clucking.
is. But we gonna make sure that we get through it. You know what I'm saying? But yo, that's our show for tonight, and I'm glad that y'all boys jumped on. I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, that y'all jumped on and rock with me, yo.
Hey man,
Word,
appreciate
'cause,
you, big dog.
Y'all both look out for me. HL, you had me on, and you know, B, you always got something going on. You had me the drops for a lot of the stuff that you got going on. You got television shows all over the place. And you know, so anytime that I got something going on and a platform that I could provide something, I'm gonna reach out to my people always. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all guys for jumping on, man. Word up.
No
And giving
doubt.
y'all
Appreciate
opinion,
you,
man.
brother.
For real. It was very, very appreciative, man. And so all the people that's watching right now, all the people that's gonna watch the playback, I want y'all to, you know, link up with these guys. So before we go, I want y'all to tell everybody how to find y'all real quick.
Hey man. Oh man, you can just Google me, like I said, you know, Brian Grinding Presents. IG, YouTube. Like I said, man, you can find information for my TV shows and artists, you know, things like that. And shout out to my man Rob, man. I've been rocking with this dude here for a long time, man. For some years. Always been a square up brother, man. And brothers, like I said, if you don't have the ability to get women, watch Doc McStuffins. You'll thank me.
You out, y'all. No doubt, y'all.
Yeah, you can catch me H.L. Boney on any social media. It's TikTok, the Facebook, the Instagram, on YouTube. HL Boney Comedy is on YouTube. You can check me out. I'll be at the Improv. I'll be at Good Nights. I'll be all over the Triangle. Catch me at one of my shows, man. And also tune in Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Gridlocked on Glenwood on Oak 93.5, man. It was a pleasure. Man, Raw, man, ever since I got 5 on it back in the day,
Wow.
he's been a real one, man. So I appreciate you and everything you've been doing.
Yeah,
We
no
see
doubt,
you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, man. All that you do, man, for real. And y'all boys keep that ground up. Y'all know I got more shit going on, so we always gonna continue to link, man, and keep getting to it, yo. You know, we
No
got more
doubt.
skits, we got more shit coming, man. So, you know what I mean? We're gonna get right back to it, man. Ain't nothing, you know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all boys. Thank y'all for jumping on, man. And when the playback drop, I'm gonna make sure I let y'all know, man. Word up.
Sound good, man. Salute.
Double salute, y'all. Word up, man. Double salute. Yo, thank y'all so much, man, for catching today's show, man. Don't forget that Flicksters, the streaming service for all of y'all out there, man. I don't care what you do. You got comedy, you got your own show, you got your own products, whatever you have, man. Create your own channel, create your own market, and just make sure that you just corner the game, man. Don't be afraid to believe in yourself. You know what I mean? And don't forget Jasper. Jasper, artificial intelligence. It'll write your blog post for y'all, man. I mean, while you sleep, like why you switch your marketing copy for free? They giving out a free trial right now for all of y'all that jump out there. They let artificial intelligence makes it fast and easy to create content for your blog, social media, website, and more. It's rated 5 out of 5 stars and 3,000 plus reviews. And the good thing about it, y'all, it's only about 800,000 people right now who are using Jasper. So once they get to the $1 million mark, y'all know what it is. Prices go up because it's going to be in demand. But we're saying that all of y'all out there, don't forget that you could be a part of this, man. You can be a part of the technology, not be left behind. Technology is running everything right now. There's no need for you to still be doing your same old mundane thing. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and then expecting a different outcome. So now we got to do something different, y'all. And it's made affordable just for us. So Jasper, like I said, the links are in the description of the YouTube video. So go to Team Collective TV. Y'all know what to do. Team Collective TV. Y'all can go to the description. There's a link in that description. Click the link and y'all go right to Jasper. You can get right to Flicksters and y'all can figure it out for yourselves. But I'm telling y'all, man, this joint is dope. Y'all don't want to not get down with the play early. Get down with the play early. All right. Without further ado, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for checking out the show every time that y'all do. And I appreciate each and every person that go out there and support Collective with and support everything that I'm doing, yo. All the content that we have out there. Double salute to y'all. I appreciate y'all. And again, I'm your boy Ra1, y'all. Until the next sparking conversation, y'all, we out. Hold it down. I just so much appreciate y'all, man.